Higgins, but he's put it on tape, and I've just watched the tape to tell y'all what I see.
You know what's amazing, guys, that we've gone this far and we haven't talked about special teams impact on the roster. I mean, until this question, and that fifth linebacker spot, if they keep five, the fourth linebacker spot is a special team spot. The fifth linebacker spot's a special team spot as well. The guy who's best on special teams is going to be on the team. And that's the thing. I mean, that's what makes it difficult. And that's also why I bring up another name for you. Chandler Martin, the undrafted rookie, on that list out of Memphis. He's in the mix here. He's right there with Higgins. I know people don't want to believe it, but he's right there because they like him on special teams. And so I wouldn't dismiss him anyway, or I wouldn't dismiss him at any point yet. I think they'd like to keep him around for sure. I think Hummel's on this team because they target him as a special teams linebacker, and they lost 3 special teams linebackers last year, Bobby. You mentioned the 2, and you also have to add Christian Welch in that list. Technically, Jake Hummel's your Christian Welch. They still have to replace Borden Harrison special team snaps. So this is an interesting position group. The top 3 are set. I assume Hummel's 4, and it's if they can take a 5. And when you break down the roster a little bit, it's probably not this simplistic, guys, and we're going to get to this at safety, but I think this very easily could come down to one spot for Jay Higgins, Chandler Martin, and safety Bo Braid. And they'll take the one they feel most comfortable with on special teams because those last couple roster spots on the 53 are devoted to keeping your top special teams players. So I think that's where it comes in. Higgins has done a really nice job. So has Martin. This guy at Iowa, All-American in the Big Ten. He's not sneaking up on anyone, Jay Higgins. People know who he is. So obviously, if he's on the waiver wire, people look at his film and do this and that. So sure, it's a risk you lose him. But as I said, I think they like the other undrafted rookie too. So they'd be comfortable getting one of those guys back and feeling good about it. And the last point I'll make on this, guys, to move things along, you look at their other position groups, and there's just not a lot of special teams guys on it. Like, you look at wide receivers, you have one guy who's going to play special teams in your wide receiver group. Now, Wester will return punts, but he's not running down covering kickoffs or punts. You have Tylan Wallace. That's it. Outside linebacker, Tavius Robinson's the only one of the whole group that really plays special teams. You need special teams guys, and I think people are going to struggle to accept that, but every team does it, and I think that spot is going to be heavily influenced by who they like best on special teams. And frankly, I've been watching this team every day for the last month and a half, or it feels like 6 months, but however long training camp's going on, I couldn't tell you who's better than Chandler Martin and Jay Higgins. That's really that I don't know enough about the intricacies of it and all to determine that, but I think it's going to come down there between those two and Bo Braid at who they feel most comfortable with on special teams.